Good morning, everybody.
Believe it or not, we were actually like ready for a while, but they were like, "Oh wait, let's do this, and we're gonna do this now, and this."
We were.
I just earned a new Instagram achievement that I didn't know existed. I've added to my story on Instagram 500 times.
Look at you go. I know they really like it when you add to your story. I have to say, though, my Instagram is dying. Like,
you're on Threads. I'll handle Instagram. You got Threads. Yeah.
Like I post
own the
stuff,
internet together.
And I don't think more than like 40 or 50 people even see it. And I think it's because I don't use stories enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So speaking of stories, so I have a great idea, and if someone steals it, I don't care. Good morning, Regina dear. I'm glad we could. I feel like we're like the radio couple announcers that like right as we come on, it's like, "Good morning, San Francisco," and today is a scorcher, and just like play off each other and everything, going, and those Yankees or whatever. I don't know. That's the way I see ourselves. If you're waking up to our voices,
insert sports team here.
Yeah. But where was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Okay, sorry.
You're not supposed to laugh at that, Spencer.
Yeah, no, this kid laughs at everything.
Yeah, we always
mm-hmm. He's been very attached lately.
Yeah.
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 I just woke up late because
You did not wake up late. You woke up at 6:30 this morning, and it's 9 o'clock.
Tired.
Because you woke up early, because you did not adopt my willpower to stay in bed.
So I did. We actually are super organized this morning, even though like we were on in the background, whatnot. And then I was like, let me just put in the comments because we were being productive. But we actually have our stories pulled up and everything already. Yes. So we're like, ka-chow.
Regina said something.
Regina said Yankees was right on the money. Even though it was just the first team that popped to my mind. I don't know why I thought of baseball and the Yankees when, one, I was a fan of the Braves growing up, and two, it was very short-lived. I think I only liked them because of a boy or something. So it was like maybe even a few months. And three, because of that, I'm not really into sports at all. I might watch the Super Bowl, or I might. That's Chandra's story is in here too. It's like, I don't know. Like me and sports don't mix, pretty much. So it's odd that I even know teams.
I'll go try and read this.
You're doing great.
Oh, you're gonna try and read?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know how to read.
You do know how to read, yes.
Yeah, I just go.
I just don't remember if this one's safe or not for you to read, honey.
I know. I said.
Yeah. What did I say?
I know.
Is the top one mine?
No, the top one is mine.
Okay.
Because I'm reading yours, or I'm reading the bottom one, and it's not clicking. Oh wait, no, The top one might be yours. Yeah, because you did this background, so maybe.
Well, there's one for sure way to find out.
Yes, there is. Good thing we totally have every single creation together.
The top one is mine because it has the full prompt in it.
Touche. I was going off recordings. I totally forgot that you put the whole prompt in it, which actually all comes in.
I'm gonna need your mouse.
Why do you need my mouse?
So I know how to read.
The mouse isn't the one that teaches you to read. but we can go over it.
it.
So, all right. Then, so the plan today is we're going to edit this and then we're going to see how we feel, and we'll probably create a flash fiction from start. Oh, the idea I have, that's what I was talking about before. The idea I have is I looked up on Instagram Reels
Mm-hmm.
and found out that they are a max of like 90 seconds or so,
Mm-hmm.
I think, which is totally not a problem. So then I calculated that in 90 seconds, it's natural to have about 240 words.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, that's a perfect microfiction. So I'm going to start taking some of the stories that we've edited.
Mm-hmm.
And since I love to do like dramatic voice readings of your work, and then when I read to my son at night, if I write it, then there's no one to pass the clearance through except myself. And hey, you good with it? Yeah, I'm good with it. Done. I plan to read those short microfictions, and then that also will help promote our book.
Ooh, I
as
like that
well,
idea.
where I could be like, want to write your own microfiction or your own flash fiction, I'll just say, and even though what I'll be saying is microfiction, though if there's anything that is longer than 240 words, I might just do the multiple part situation. And then my friend gave me an idea about using AI to create pictures to flash through during the story. I was like, huh.
So
okay,
the only thing I would say about using AI for the pictures is the source of the images that the AI is using.
That is
If
true.
it's licensed or not, or if they're just like
previously
scraping.
when I was reading all the classic public domain books, it was I used only public domain pictures and such, or what was it, royalty free, that's the word.
Yeah. And if you do decide to do that, I would also like be sure to put it in I don't know, like the description or like a disclaimer or something like that, just to let people know, if something was AI generated, that it was done, using X, Y, and Z, to make sure that the artists are appropriately.
Then I might not even use AI, because if it's more than me just saying this was used by AI, then okay. Then I might not do it. But either way, this is important conversations to have for anyone else who wants to promote their books and stuff.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of good conversation around it and stuff. My big thing is, if someone used like our writing to train AI, I would be upset.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be like excuse me.
I know I was it's just I've seen those first off, real life story time, like people sharing their worst first date or whatever, that stuff goes viral when it's a real event. Second, the stories where it's like a voiceover of like being in a world where you and your mate both get a symbol on your cheek when you turn 16 and stuff, and like they do that and then like and play out the parts of their own story. And first off, I don't feel like playing out the parts, but I actually, it might be entertaining enough just for me to read it and have my hands, because like to quote one of Spencer's books, Too Many Toys by David Shannon, the little boy in the story, his name is Spencer, which is probably why this one loves it so much. But I do the voices, and one of the lines is the mom going, "Spencer, I've had it up to here." And every single time that I read that line, I put my hand up in the air for some reason. I don't know why, it just adds to it. So she that's when she finally like sits the boy down and is like, nah, we're going through every single toy and we're putting them in this box. And then they have this cute little like negotiations back and forth. It's like, how about I give you this and you get that? It's like, how about you're grounded for a week and I put everything in the box? Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, relatable.
Yes, completely.
Only it's my stuff, and I actually have to be the one to clean it up.
Yeah. My issue is I get rid like a lot of I am a hoarder when it comes to socks because I've been slighted way too often where I'll have like an extra sock that I save on top of the dresser, and right when I throw it away is when I find it smashed, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's me.
But everything else, I'm like, I haven't used it in 3 hours. Bye.
So before the vid, when I actually had to leave the house on a regular basis, I had my closet organized in a 2-week rotation.
Genius.
And it simplified my life and my laundry so much. And somehow I got away from that. So my intention is to go through the life-changing magic of tidying up again and implement that and get back to where I have like I'll have more clothes than I did before because I was in a studio apartment and there was just no space for anything. But I'd like to have it to where like, I have all my like gym outfits for the week set up, and then I have my work clothes set up and just like organized in categories, and then anything for like if I need to go into the office, so that it's not like a thought process. I wanted to get as close to Steve Jobs as I could as far as like simplifying my wardrobe. Without wearing.
I've searched up capsule wardrobe, which I like what you are talking about more because you're like, my outfit is laid out. Whereas capsule wardrobe is supposed to be grab a pair of pants, grab a top. It matches, like, because you've already colorized everything.
Yeah.
But I love what you're saying more.
And for me, that was really easy. And also it's visual, which for my ADHD, it makes sense now. The one thing that I cannot do as much as I would like to is, when they talk about people who are like very productive and successful, they have like a lot of consistency and a lot of routine. So they take out mental fatigue because you're not making so many small decisions.
Yes.
And I found that's very true and very helpful for me, but I cannot eat the same breakfast every day. I cannot eat the same food every day as much as I would love to. That doesn't.
I need variety, like and stuff. Like how this past week I had leftovers of blackened tilapia fish tacos, and the taco. Look, we match. See, Chandra's got her blanket.
This is my blanket.
So, but it was for a week straight. For lunch, well, besides 2 days because I worked from home on 2 days, but I took the leftovers with me to work. But it was blackened tilapia fish tacos. That's redundant, but either were blackened tilapia tacos with tomato, onion, and kiwi on top, and sour cream with some lime zest inside of it. And by Friday, I was like, I'm done. And everyone at work was like, oh, you're getting fancy. You're making your taco and stuff. And I was like, I'm done. I'm throwing it out after today. Like, this is... No.
I wanted to...
You're fine.
Yeah, Regina, it was so nice having that much consistency in what I wore. And it saved me so much time. And definitely at the time, it was essential because I had like gym in the morning, work, and then straight from work to school. But it's just like you spend so much time, one, organizing and putting things away. Two, I don't wear half of it. So if I just put out what I'm actually going to wear anyway, it'll be straightforward. And then yeah, the mental fatigue that it clears up. But
I have
yeah.
to wear a uniform for work, but I still lay that thing out in the mornings. Like I got my socks and everything. What are you doing?
I just looking at your mic.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I still lay that thing out to have like my shirt, my socks and everything, my shoes, the belt, all of it. I'm just like, I want to make the morning as easy as possible. And then mentally I have, oh, I woke up 10 minutes late. So we're just going to do mascara, no eyeshadow, like no eyeliner. Like I have the this is what we're cutting from the list for when I wake up late.
Hi, Bonnie. Thank you for the lurk.
We appreciate it.
And Regina, that was actually me going back to school. I just finished my associate's
She's talking about
December 2022, I think.
Yeah.
So
because
I had taken quite a hiatus, and yeah, but I thought about going back. Anyway, I'm way off
we talked
track.
about you going back, but I do know the stress.
Yeah.
Actually, if I remember correctly, we actually met more for Flash Fiction Live when you were in school than
yeah, because I didn't do anything. I was like,
so it was a stressful time for you because it was like our Flash Fiction Live was your like designated social time, and that was it.
Yeah. I do miss it. It's hard with like scheduling and stuff, and I find that I'm like a little bit more up and down with scheduling, but I do really look forward to and enjoy this. And it's like the one time I know for sure I will write something.
Yes.
And that is so helpful because that's not a guarantee.
Well, I enjoy it a lot because I know, come on, stop this darn thing. Okay. I enjoy it a lot because I know now that I have this idea of like doing mini recordings of the flashes to help also promote the book, because when the book comes out and then I start trying to do micro fictions that I could put into a reel, that'd be really cool. But it's nice having that like in goal concept instead of just like, oh, I got another finished story to add to my list of finished stories. Like I want more. Not to totally Little Mermaid this, but I want more.
I've actually been thinking as well about starting to submit some of my flash fiction to some different contests. I haven't actually done that yet.
I'm constantly submitting to contests, but most of the contests I submit to, it's creating a flash fiction specific for that contest off their prompt, which gives me more of a challenge, and I don't mind it. But also, it's I don't know. My publishing idea for my stories hasn't come to fruition yet, and I need to have some grounding of myself. And then I have another publishing idea, and I'm like, dang it, this is too much.
Yeah, I actually was that's one of the things I added to my website because I saw that you have like a list of your projects, and I don't list any like titles. I just give the general genre, but under, and it also, I need to work on the sizing for it because it doesn't work on my on the mobile version, but on the desktop version I added a current project list, and it has like just the genre and the current staging.
Yeah, that's what I think I saw it on Zara's website or someone else's website where they're like, here's all the projects that I still have in my mind. And I really like that. So that's why I have the only ones that are named are the 2 manuscripts that are complete. Well, first drafted, at least. I wouldn't call it complete yet. And actually one's like on its 7th draft, but either way. And then at the bottom on my website, which by the way is natalielockbooks.com for anybody. Yeah,
I
I
didn't
know.
know that.
And then at the bottom of that is a title spiel of like, because I created a picture in Canva that says "Still in the Mind of Natalie Locke," and it's a silhouette of a head with a box of junk in the where the brain is. And then I just list out the different ideas of like a writing one of my favorite nonfiction stories into a screenplay. It's the only screenplay idea I have. And then what else was there? And then doing a modern version of Midsummer Night's Dream based on one of our prompts that we had that made me think.
Question.
Ooh.
How did you do the progress bar?
I don't really fully know because I paid somebody to create stuff. And so now it's just me plugging and chugging information. I'd have to jump back in. I do my website through WordPress, which is under Bluehost is who's hosting it or whatever. And one of the Elementor options was a like progress bar, which of course I have to go in and update, and I haven't updated those in a long while.
Okay. Well, I'll see if maybe because mine is on with Wix. I'll have to see if they have an option for that.
Yeah, I mean anything that's a bar or a graph percentage or whatever would work just fine.
Yeah,
I think I had an option where it could be a bar, or I could have made it something else, but I was like, we're just gonna do a bar, and when I say it's this percent, put it here.
So. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to look at doing that.
Sorry, people. Chandra and I like are busy that sometimes this is the only time we chat. And believe it or not, we aren't just work buddies. We are actually friends. Sometimes we're texting each other random times, and we talk in reels on. Oh yeah. Constantly.
That's also how I make sure that you know that I'm still alive, even if I haven't said anything in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, to have watched. What the hell am I doing? To watch stuff, excuse you, click. I've watched a few things where it's like someone hasn't talked. Okay. I've talked to people and or not talked to people. God, stop, computer. I've just seen too many things that are brushing on the fact of like no one has responded in a while, and it's usually elderly neighbors, and it turns out someone's been missing or deceased for a very long period. And I'm just it's just unlocked a new fear for me. So
I saw one where the pizza delivery person had a standing order for someone on a specific day of the week, or maybe it's like a couple nights a week, and they came to drop off the pizza, and I can't remember if the previous pizza was still outside or the person didn't come to the door to get their pizza. And they they jumped through all of these hoops to get a wellness check done, and the person had actually fallen.
Oh my gosh.
So their like regular delivery person who just like was like, no, something's not right, checking in and just like confirming, ended up saving their life. And I'm like, that's what like one community, but also when you have a routine, when you're a regular somewhere and people don't see you and they just reach out to check on you. I think that's so important. But those kinds of stories where someone just checking in just makes my heart happy.
I know, like I was afraid that story was going to end a little more dark, like one of your stories maybe, but no, it's actually one of my stories where there's a happy twist at the end going, oh, and they lived
and everybody was fine.
Yeah. So All right. We got our prompt, by the way, was when you go outside the line. So kind of a unique situation, taking a thing that it's actually it is an idiom. We just don't say it that often, and we say it more into people should stay inside the lines than go outside. Like
Yeah.
there's rarely an occasion. So I think that's why I really like this prompt of that movement. And it's even sweeter because this was a bonus, which means this is a prompt we came up with.
Mhm.
Which when we come up with a prompt and when a year later I read over it and go, wait a second, that one's good. Like,
Yeah, that is fun. Hopefully Dobby will just stay here and not terrorize um me while I'm trying to work, but I'm just gonna
well,
let him sit up here for a
we
bit.
did establish that Spencer and Dobby communicate somehow to make sure they're with us at the exact same time when we're on live
Yeah.
streaming. So
As long as he doesn't start loving me with his claws, we should be fine.
yeah, let's keep the murder mittens to ourselves. And you're the reason why I call them that now. So, okay. All right, let's get this started. Otherwise, we'll never finish. Oh, you're going to start it? Okay. You click. Ready?
Mhm.
3, 2, 1. Wait, it shouldn't be 30 minutes. It should be 20, right?
Yeah.
It should be 10 for the initial.
Just kidding. Hold on. Start over, Spencer. Okay, now get started. All right, ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I'm not done yet.
In your defense, you're really close.
I am.
Actually, I wonder if this is one of those times where I wrote more than you. It's rare. What are you doing?
Video.
Actually, now I'm curious. Okay. Choose word count. 314. Spencer, you keep moving right in my eyesight every time. Yeah, I wrote more than you this time.
How much was that?
I only wrote like 75 more words than you. So you were at 314 and I'm at 404.
Okay, I'm done for real this time.
All right, cool. Seems like you had more comments on mine, but mine needed work. Yours, I'll cover yours. So mostly with yours, it's my comments are I only had comments, no edits of what, and at the very end I realized what needed to be done.
Okay.
So buddy, stop. So as I'm reading, we got a girl who's polishing and she's being oversaw by a woman who is very strict and like actually puts a switch on the back of the girl's hands as she polishes. The thing that was not clear is that you got this woman who's over the girl. Okay, nope, I'm good. Did you want this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, thank God. All right.
I just fell.
Be careful. All right. So what's unclear at the first thing that was unclear was when the woman said old money, long memory, which is a great phrase. But then I was like, why is she saying that? But then when you have our narrator saying as if that should mean something to me, I'm like, oh, okay. So our confusion is fine. So I totally accepted that. But later in that same line, we got the person working there as long as they can remember. And then it's not her money. I don't know why she should care so much. I was like, this is confusing. If it's not her money, because that was one of the things that made me excuse the line. But then I realized, well, wait, what if she's like the head like maid or something, like the house mom type equivalent?
The housekeeper.
Yeah, and if she's the head one, then usually they're depicted as harsher and have high standards because if something goes wrong, it comes back to them. So it makes sense. So if that was clear, I mean, and that could be clear. I just had a thought of like the woman saying, when I did your job, 30 years ago, it only took me 5 minutes and stuff, and you're taking 3 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
I went uphill both ways for whatever.
In the snow, in the blazing heat.
Then please go to the couch. I gotta finish. Give me a little bit. I gotta actually be engaged a little bit right now. And then you can be back in my lap, I promise. Okay. Then the next part. I actually thought the next part of her totally like popping the woman's head like a cherry situation. I thought it was like in the girl's mind at first, like one of those like, oh, I would like to pop your head or whatever, like, and she's just imagining this. And then it wasn't until down here where she's polishing the silver, and then she rushed to change her clothes and burn the old. And I'm like, oh wait, that really happened. Like that was the clue at that point. So I went through 2 paragraphs going, oh yeah, vivid imagination, kid. Or
so I do not remember this story at all.
Which is probably good. Then you can come at it with a fresh mind. I think I have some suggestions at the bottom to help this. Because for me, it was just a lot of unclear, which you and I talk about. You want to have questions with a flash, like to have that, like, oh
The
my God,
twist at
what's
the
going to
end.
happen? Yeah. But at the same time, when the questions are, what happened? Like, you need more. But if the question is, oh, is this an endless loop? Like, yeah, certain questions are great. Other questions are, you just lost your reader. Either way, we've had that conversation, and I'm more saying that for anyone who watches this and is trying to write. We struggle too, I swear. Okay. So when she's done, she rides her bike and sees Hilda, and I did like the Hilda looking concerned until she sees me. Like, that is such, we can, in that line, we already know if Hilda's not a mom, she is like she's mom-like for our main character and watches out for her. So that, I love that line because that shows the care and the worry and stuff like that. So totally laughed at the line of, I've done it again. I was like, man, this is a normal thing. Told you going there was a mistake. And then, so the line that pulled me out was, I've got to go to the grocery and get back. Obviously, grocery store or grocery was one of our keywords. So, I mean, you could delete that line or, and the reason it pulled me out is because usually when someone's heading home and they know they have to go to the grocery store, they go to the grocery store on the way home. They don't go home and say, hey, I blew up someone's head. And then go, yeah, wait, I'm going to go to the grocery store. They would do it on the way. But if Hilda being there is like, you need to go to the groceries, like that would make a more logical sense since Hilda's there and knows what they have. So that was one suggestion, or delete it entirely.
Okay.
But I mean, it being deleted and then her clapping her hand 3 times would be actually smoother, in my opinion.
So just from what you've said, I think I was going for we have always lived in the castle, Rebecca vibe. So I can see where I need to make some adjustments there, but that makes sense about like going to the grocery on the way home.
Yeah. Then world claps 3 times, world fades away, we're in a safe place, she takes my hand in hers. Remember why we are here. She says, which is, I definitely get that. And then I feel like, and I just had a thought now where I was saying, where I realized, oh, we're in a psychological thriller where we don't know what's real, and neither does the narrator. But in this space between remember why we're here and then the lash strikes the back of my arms once more, I was, when did I want the safe space to morph back into the original setting or something.
Making the transition clearer.
Yeah. And that. And then the last thing I said, I was like, okay, questions I need answers to. Does she have witchcraft in real life or just in the simulation? If in real life, is the simulation a training to teach her to control it? Or did she lose control once and this is now like a conditioning to fix her situation? Which actually those answers don't have to be clarified. At least like real life witchcraft would be clarified, and then the reason for the simulation can be one of those lingering, like, wait a second, is this punishment or is this to be better? Like, because sometimes they look the same.
That's very true.
Yeah. And then I said I still love the echo of the first line and the last line of and I said don't lose it. But yeah, so at this point it's in summary, I need more.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm gonna get that on a damn sticker at some point.
We should make stickers for that. That'd be great.
Or actually I'll get an old church fan that says I need more and just hold it up and fan. Be like, how you doing, sweetie?
That's funny.
Okay.
So for yours,
Yeah, I don't
I
remember my story at all.
I reformatted a couple of things, just
Y
because I thought would be clearer.
You're
So the
fine.
second paragraph I
Yep.
combined with the fourth paragraph, so I moved the fourth one up to join the second and reformatted it a little bit. Take it or leave it. It's just the way to me that it would read more clearly, but it also um, expands on the second paragraph, which makes the store owner's response in the third paragraph, to me, it makes it make more sense.
Yeah.
One thing uh, I did also notice in the first paragraph slash sentence, um,
The question of small, like, is the
yeah,
grocery store small? Is the owner small? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So that could give more setting. I honestly, the biggest thing, even though it looks like a not a lot of notes, it's adding more, not taking anything away.
Yeah.
Um, the next thing I did, and you could either write in some more not scenes, but some more details that gives him patience, and then his patience actually running out, because in this
Uh,
he's been exasperated with them since the moment they walked in the door.
yeah.
So his patience ran out. It's like, what patience? Bro never had any patience at all.
Well, and I think
So
I'm toying with that of, like, is he just an angry old man,
mhm.
or is it, um or what is it just a bad day and, like, he doesn't have as much patience as he should?
Yeah, so what I
I got an idea there.
suggested there is what passed for his patience.
Yeah.
Uh, then um, taking off on their bikes, they teleported to their bikes. So that's really just expanding the sentence to, um, you know, one of them, like, they bang to the door, one of them yanks it
Yeah.
open, the others, sprint out, something like that. So there's
Now
like
I'm
a
just
little.
imagining the comedy of errors of, like, "Come on, man, let's go," and one falls down and
Yeah, yeah, and then, like, um, it sounds like he's, like, standing behind the counter and he's like, "Hey," but he doesn't actually move, so does he chase them? Does he yell at them? Does he try to grab the snacks before they leave? Does he, like, maybe lean over the counter and try to grab someone's
yeah.
shirt and his fingers just graze the back of their shirt? Like, what happens?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely need to heighten up the action.
yeah, I did, mark this one here. Helen laughed as she encircled her arms around
Yeah.
him, and just that being redundant. Some light typos, editing, so no big there. And then um, the question of call attention to it. What are we calling attention to?
I'll find out when I read.
So
Again, we're both at this point where we're like, "I may
I,
have written this. It
I
could have
wrote
been an
that.
alternate reality. Who knows?"
I wrote that. I wrote that. Yeah, so that's all I have. It's really a lot of I feel like you're gonna end up getting much
Yeah.
closer to 1,000
So,
words.
with yours where I wanted, like, more at the beginning and at the end, for me, I need more expansion in the middle,
Yeah,
and so, yeah. Sweet.
yeah, I think so. So, yeah, that's all I had. I did see Regina had a, dog
Productive.
tours spent. What is a spent? Sprint, and, I feel like Dobby's probably gonna bite my foot any minute now. So, but yeah, that's all I've got. I think I really like the story, and I'm curious to see if he's actually crotchety, if he's pretending to be crotchety, and if maybe the reason that he doesn't move behind the counter, like, I feel like he should at very least pretend like he's going to chase them. If he actually chases them, then he's crotchety. If he pretends like he's going to chase them, I think that him being crotchety is a bit.
Well, I even have an idea of changing Helen's, approach too
Mhm.
and everything. Um, So we'll
It's
see.
got a lot of latitude, though. You can take this any direction you want to.
Artistic license means infinite possibilities, and you need to make a choice. Quick, quick, quick.
Yeah. We have what are we doing 20 minutes or 30 minutes?
I thought we normally do 20 for
That's what I was
edits.
thinking.
Yeah. But this is the downside of us only doing it once a month.
What do we do? We should make like a script for ourselves so we remember.
Yeah. But then we got to remember to read the script.
I'll put a post-it on my desktop so I don't forget.
That's actually, that will always help me is when I put a post-it up, and but until I get blind to the post-it, because I used to like, it's
Too
like
many post-its and
well, in the sense of like, let's say you are trying to remind yourself always wallet keys phone, and if you always have that posted up there, you're gonna ignore it at a certain point and not look at it to make sure you have wallet keys phone before leaving.
yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
true.
okay.
All right. Do you want to put up the timer or are you going to put up?
I'm about to.
I don't know if you actually heard the words that I said, but please don't.
I heard put up the timer or something.
I was trying to say, do you want me to put up the timer or do you want to put up the timer? I said, are you going to put up the timer or do you want to put up the timer? Put up
There
the
is only one
timer.
choice, Natalie. Choose wisely.
You will put up the timer.
Trying to like hypnotize me.
Yeah, I'm just out here struggling.
So cool. All right. I'm still trying to think what we're gonna do with the prompt action. I got an idea. So that after this, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking ahead, even though I need to get my mind on this story. But after the story, that prompt that I'm entering for the contest today, that's
Mm-hmm.
due by like 10 o'clock tonight. What I was thinking is that I'll share the prompt with you. We can't share it publicly though.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll share the prompt with you, and we'll both write our stories. And I can read yours, but since you're not submitting, but I won't be able to read mine. But that way,
Or we could just do the last one as a sprint and we could both submit.
you would have had to sign up.
Oh, whoops. Never mind. Well, I actually had another one that I wanted to do. I think I saved it on my Instagram, so
Oh yeah, sweet.
we could
Let's
do that and we could just do like a
and then
regular sprint.
we won't read them out loud,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because I do love that part. But what I'll do is I'll just read out loud these.
Yeah. You'll get these and then you'll get some productivity. So
Yeah.
so what?
Works. Okay, I like this idea that we'll, because I kind of want to go back and retouch the one that I sent you
Mm-hmm.
last night, like actually technically this morning. I want to retouch that one and then we'll go from there. All right,
Okay.
back to the point. Let's focus on this story before we start doing the typical writing thing of when we're in the middle of a project and start thinking about another one.
Yeah.
And we'll get through it. All right.
This is fine.
3, 2, 1. Now it's my turn to go. I'm not done. I'm actually very close to being done, though. The middle takes the longest part. Oh. All right. There we go. Okay. Did you finish, though? No, of course not. You're still on mute, sweetie, by the way. Which I'll take you off mute. You don't have to click it. I'm trying to oh, I can unmute participants. That's lame.
I didn't realize I clicked the button. My headset should automatically do that.
All right. So now back up. There we go. Well, we both expanded upon the stories. So I'll be honest, I almost thought to make the store owner a really grouchy old man that was just pissed off at the world, and then have his wife come and be that belittling, how could you make this store lose money? I should have listened to my mother when she said don't marry, like all that type of woman. But then I decided not to make them like the I hate you, how are we still married couple.
That's fair. It's a nice subverting the.
Yeah. I did bump my word count up over 100 words. I was at 404 before, and now I'm at 538.
I am at 534.
Almost the same. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read yours first because I'm really interested to see where it went.
Also, sidebar, I think I could polish it and add more to it that would be helpful. I think I could actually get this one very close to 1,000 words.
Oh, probably. And is polish the word you want to use right now? Okay, there you go. I was like, please tell me you got it. All right. Polish, she said, the lash of her switch searing the back of my neck and arms. Oh, by the way, hi, Ania. I flinch away, but don't say anything, even as my hands guide the cloth over the shining silver. Old money, long memory, she says, as if that should mean something to me. I've worked here for as long as I can remember. It's not her money. I don't know why she would care so much. Miss Carmichael was less of a housekeeper and more of a disciplinarian, though she never lifted a finger to work. She hits me again. I'm sure she thinks I'm not paying close enough attention. White noise fills my ears. I think about smashing her head like a melon. The bubble pops, red like a tomato sauce. Red like tomato sauce, covers the walls, drips down my face. She's laying on the floor, headless. Sorry, editing. This is what happens when you go outside the lines. I remember that every day. Witchcraft. I'll be accused of it if I don't have a good excuse for this. Unless I can come up with an alibi. It would be better if I was never here, and easier than explaining. I laugh. Don't be stupid. I roll her body to the side, pushing it under the table. I've done this before. Polish, I say to myself, scrubbing the floor and polishing up the silver. I rush, change my clothes, burning the old. This is the ultimate test. When I'm done, I ride my bike to town. Hilda is waiting for me near the post office steps, sitting on the edge of the brick flower box. She looks concerned till she sees me. I've done it again, I say. She doesn't look surprised. I told you going there was a mistake. I sigh and shake my head. I know, but I've got to get it right. You don't have to go back right now. I can give you some time if you like, she says, eyeing the yellow bruises on the back of my hands. No, I say. I'd rather do it now. I'd rather get this over with. Hilda smiles at me. I'm so proud of you. She claps her hands 3 times, and the world fades away. The quiet street and the flower boxes fade away. We're in a safe place for a moment. I think about staying. I'd tell myself it was just for a night. If I did, though, I wasn't sure I could make myself go back again. We go back to my old room with the simple furniture and white walls. It's comforting. I open the wardrobe, revealing the row of identical gray dresses with matching white aprons. I take off the dress I'd stolen and put on the familiar uniform. Hilda smooths the hair back from my face and takes my hands in hers. She smiles at me. I'm so proud of you. Remember why we're here, she says. Her words float around me. Her words echo in my ears as she claps her hands again. 3 times. My room fades away. The lash strikes the back of my arm once more. Damn it, girl, polish! So much. Like you still got the right questions in there. Everything. Like where it's like, okay, so she's fixing something. Like it needs to go back, and we assume that it's, hey, don't kill Miss Carmichael. But at the same time, it's like, okay, is it not kill her, but is it don't kill her with magic? Don't like, or is it more the control of the magic or and stuff? Like we know the first instance that was not the goal of the simulation, and now we're here. And then it also makes you wonder what part of the simulation is true. Like, is she hopping out? She's hopping out of the simulation, and in the safe space in her room to grab the clothes, like, are those part of the simulation? Like, have we been inside the Matrix this whole time? Like, just lots of fun questions and ideas. So either way, yeah.
So I do have like an idea in mind about what's happening.
Yeah.
The question would be if I want to actually expand on it. If I do expand on it, then that's when this would get to closer to 1,000 words. If I don't, then I think, it would just be like polishing and cleaning up some of the dialogue and clarifying how, like, when she claps her hands, how that's actually working. I think there might be a better way to put that. Um, but the idea is it's not actually magic.
I like that.
It's just how everybody else would understand it, but it's actually a scientific thing happening in the background that we don't know
Oh,
about.
you've used that method before, like the girl who could send out the nanonites and infect her class and stuff.
Yes.
Remember?
Mhm,
Like
where it
that's
was
kind of the
like
same thing.
a
Yeah.
lab run. Yeah, so something along those lines. But instead of her being like, infected or something like that, she's aware of what's going on. She's like consented to this, like she's
She
participating
wants to
in
be
this.
better.
Yeah. So that would all be part of it. The objective with the time travel type situation,
Oh, I didn't even see it as time travel. Wow. Okay. I kept on seeing it as like alternate reality, like virtual reality or like simulation is what
okay.
I
So I
thought
do
it.
need to clarify that then because it's that's what she's doing. So like she gets to the end of the day, Hilda is basically her handler, but they're also very close.
Yeah.
Um, and then they restart the cycle. So she has to reset, get her uniform back. That's what she's doing at the like safe
Oh,
house
you can make
basically.
this an entire book because then it's like, all right, what's the purpose of her getting this right?
Mhm.
Is it so is there and then maybe there's other people out there like her and she has to travel in time to correct things or like correct what the scientists did.
Mhm.
and stuff. Like, I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, so that does need to be clarified then. I do there's some questions I think that it would still leave, like, it can be clarified and still leave those questions, but I definitely want it to be like, the whole referring to it as magic is just, magic is just science that people don't understand. Um,
Mhm.
kind of so it's still a little sci-fi fantasy, but definitely.
I like that. It did just make me think of a line that I saw. It said, "What if the what is it? The what if the lottery system was a way for the government to try to capture time travelers?" I was like,
Oh,
"Damn."
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like, definitely if I win the lottery, I would like to be a time traveler. The
Mhm.
thing is, though, if that were the case, wouldn't the time traveler also know that that's what it was?
Oh, and then thus not, yeah, like, what if that already happened and then they were like, "Okay, well, we're not gonna go back and get that, change that."
Yeah, yeah. Anywho, let me read your story.
Okay.
"You're testing my patience, boys," the store owner of the corner grocery said. "Our candy hasn't changed in the 10 minutes you've been staring at it." The boys suppressed laughter as each of them grabbed a handful of sweets and made their way to the counter. Their laughter turned into joyless silence as they slowly unrolled their coins to pay for the candy on the counter and counted out each coin, one at a time, for the $6 purchase. "Come on, kids, I don't have all day. Don't you have any real money?" the owner asked as his hand dragged down his face and stopped at his chin. The store owner counted the coins on the counter in his head. Only 55 cents. The boys wore dull, baggy T-shirts and with part of the hem pulled out, moth holes and stretched collars. Their bikes didn't look any better, with 30-year-old designs, banana seats held by duct tape, but all did match in color, rust. Sighing, the store owner said, "Okay, I'll forgive any money you're short on if you'll do some chores around here." The boys glanced at each other in glee before snatching the goodies off the counter and sprinted for the door. Sorry.
I wrote it. It's my fault. We're fine.
"Hey!" the man yelled after them with his fists in the air. The boys collided into each other as they tried to push on the inward swinging door. The store owner was behind them instead of the counter by the time they corrected their mistake and flung it open in their escape. They ran alongside their bikes and each hopped on as they gathered enough speed. The man grabbed at the the ajar door as he called out, "I said just take the candy." "Ah, come on, Rich, they're kids." A woman walked up from the back of the shop. "Yeah, well, those kids just robbed me of my time and potential partial payment, Helen," Rich said as he held up a coin and peeled it to reveal chocolate underneath. Helen laughed as she wrapped her arms around his waist. "Hey, I've always said the world should use chocolate as currency." Rich smiled as he handed Helen the chocolate. "Well then, I'd like to cash this in for a little fun of our own," Rick smirked. "Oh?" Helen raised her eyebrows. "Yeah, let's switch the signs for the melons and see if anyone can tell the difference between cantaloupe and honeydew," Rich said. Helen hit Rich on the chest, throwing her head back in laughter. "Game on, and I'll do you one better. Let's switch the shoe polish sign with the car polish. But you have to promise not to let them buy the wrong one when people come through the checkout. You know Dr. Peters would tell us to pay to fix her car if you don't." she called over her shoulder as she walked to the back, two-sided tape in hand. "Well, that would serve her right for making me wait so long for my last checkup," Rich said as he switched the sign for the green peas with black-eyed peas. Helen laughed. "Oh, you don't listen to a thing she recommends for your health anyway. To you, it's just white noise."
There's things I want to change about it already.
So, yeah, I see the improvements. I definitely see the expansion in the middle addressing the buildup. Um, I'm curious why the kids left him chocolate coins.
That
'Cause
was
if I
the
had chocolate coins,
that they were trying. That was the 55 cents. Like it was so realistic.
but I guess that's my thing is if I had chocolate coins, I
Hmm.
wouldn't try to buy other candy with them that I knew I didn't have enough money for. I would eat the chocolate coins.
These kids wanted. They were greedy. They had $6 worth of candy
Mhm.
versus giving up the 3 chocolate coins they had.
Yeah, I would still eat the chocolate coins. But
Yeah, yeah.
so
I mean,
maybe
chocolate in the hand is better than the one you're going to steal. I agree.
though they when he says that they actually snatch back their chocolate coins, they try to take all the candy as well, and one of the chocolate coins, like, bounces away or something.
Oh, okay. I see your point. I like that idea.
Um, I do think it was cute how he was like, "I actually wanted them to do some work for the candy that they stole."
Yeah, I switched it up a bit because I was like, 55 cents is not enough to say like it was going to be paid, but
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If it's a corner store or something. Also, never mind the fact that if it's a corner store and these kids are riding their bikes, this guy probably knows their parents. Okay,
Yeah,
like
he knows who they are.
you like
If he was gonna do something, he would have done something already.
yeah. But I did enjoy the your direction because I enjoy writing the scene of like the boys being frantic and pushing the door that they needed to pull and like
Yeah.
running into each other. Like I had the image in my head. And of course that gives Pepe Le Pew here, the store owner in my mind, enough time to walk around the counter. And of course that makes the kids more frantic, like, oh my god, he's gonna get us.
Yeah, and he had no intention of getting them, like, at all.
Yeah, like kids, just sweep the
Just,
damn
like
floor.
yeah, wash a dish, sweep
Like,
the
so,
floor,
yeah.
wash
So
somebody's windshield when they're getting gas, like,
come on,
seriously.
there's things to do here.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I like it, that's funny.
All right. So, do you have your prompt for your um lesson? Oh God,
Let
wait.
me pull it up.
Or not lesson. God, words, places, things.
Oh, saved.
All right.
Hopefully, it's not, expired.
Oh, I hope not.
Where did it go?
Oh my God, I'm tired of junk mail.
Okay, um, oh, ha!
What?
It is up to 1,000 words within 13 days. You're invited to submit fractured lit work play challenge from April
Oh,
24th to
that's
May
due
5th.
soon. I saw that. Yeah,
Today.
it's
It's
due today.
today.
Okay, so we
Um,
will be editing each other's stories.
drafting and editing
Yeah.
right now. Um, yeah. If anyone
Okay.
is interested in this,
Yeah,
It is
fractured
on
lit you can actually jump in on, I think, at any point.
Yeah,
Just
I
submit.
believe so.
And it's due today. Whereas my thing, it was a sign up ahead of time because everybody gets a different prompt and such.
Cool. Okay, yeah, I'm
Um,
going to their link tree to grab.
and then I will not be able to share my screen this go around. Or I mean, I'll be sharing a tab of a timer, but I won't be able to share my screen because
Yeah.
they had a strict rule of like don't show anybody. I was like, fine.
Wait, are you allowed to have me edit it then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, that's my own personal thing. It's like they don't want you announcing publicly because it's writing battle. So you're given a genre, a setting, and a character. And they have it set up where you have cards, and so you could change out any of those. Genre you can only change out twice, but you got like 6 cards to change out the setting or the character, and
Gotcha.
And to get something that works for you, and then you come together and create the story. And the reason they don't want you sharing the layout of what you have to do, they are taking the writing prompt thing, and the whole point of writing battle is that the people who write it have to read other people's stories, like 2 stories together, and pick which one is better. So my story will be read against others, and if anybody knows someone's prompt or something, they can probably guess, oh, my friend wrote this or whatever. So you just gotta keep that.
That makes sense.
All right. I'm pulling up a timer. Oh, in other news, I just got Until the Last Page, the book, arc read. I just got it yesterday, which was kind of cool.
I really need to get on my reads. I've not been doing that.
All right. Dear Lord. So I'm just going full Pomodoro sprints on this thing. Share screen. And also share tab audio. Okay, share. And then I'm going to make this theater mode. Okay. All right. It's 25 minutes, but then I think there's like a 5-minute like break or whatever for Pomodoro. Either way, once it gets to 30 minutes, I'll stop it.
Okay.
So we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
And then hopefully today we can finish stories and then edit each other's.
Yeah.
Mine's due at 10 o'clock tonight. I think it's 10 o'clock Eastern. So.
It doesn't specify a time. It just says today. So I'm going to try to just submit mine at the same time you submit yours.
It could be fracture lit. Since I've already drafted mine, you go ahead and start writing. I'm going to do some quick research on fractured lit and let you know and then I'll go in and edit mine.
Oh, I still have to look at the prompt and everything too. I've got it pulled up. I'll send you the link to it.
I had it in my email somewhere. But I also probably deleted it because I was like, nope, I already got one. I'm good.
I just sent it to you on Instagram. That's the direct link to their website where it is. So, but yeah, I'm going to read through this page before I start writing just to make sure I'm not, starting off on the wrong foot. So,
for anybody who wants to do it, if you're going to do it today, it's a $20 reading fee, by the way.
Yeah.
And it says, if submitting 2 stories, please put them both in a single document. I didn't realize you could submit multiple.
wonder if it's
Uh,
a reading fees for both or if it's $20
no, it
each.
says we allow multiple submissions. Each set of 2 flash fiction stories should be separate submission accompanied. Oh, it is accompanied by a reading fee.
Okay,
it's
so
reading
the
fee per. Oh,
$20 for 2 or
it allows up to 2 stories of 1,000 words or fewer for each per entry.
okay.
Then it says we allow multiple submissions. So the way I read that is that if you're submitting, you can do 2 stories that equal up to 1,000 words. That's 1 entry, or every entry that's like 1,000 words ish
Okay.
is its own. So pretty much, if you had a 700 word story and a 500 word story, that should be 2 entries instead of 1, because that would be over 1,000 words.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me get into this and I'll read the page and then figure out what I want to write about that meets the
Okay.
prompt requirements and I may need another sprint to actually finish, but we'll see.
Says deadline for entry is May 5th, 2024. So I don't know if that's, hold on.
But still has the submit button available.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to be
It says it ends on Monday, May 6th, 2 a.m. So you got 15 hours.
okay. So if I don't do it today, it's not going to happen. It's happening today.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to iron that out before we started. So, all right. Ready?
Ready?
Let's go. Oh, there is typing sounds for anybody who likes or doesn't like that. I mean, I guess we could stop at 25.
Yeah. Take a pause.
Yeah. So I have to admit, I am glad I'm going back over this because I was at like 326 words and now I'm at 345. And what I was able to do was more go in and put more emphasis on like how the voices are, like how they sound. And I think it's one, helped my word count, but two, I think it's helped develop the area more. It's just difficult to describe a location when everyone knows what it looks like and everything, and I don't want to be repetitive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, something to consider when you edit. But what I did is I put the prompts for me where it's genre, setting, and character. I put it at the bottom of the story so that hopefully I like the feedback of, do you understand what it is without being told what it is?
Yeah. So like read the whole thing and then get
Yeah.
to the end and be like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I
no, I
thought.
didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
That's good. I got my document set up. I did copy over like the what they have listed as the challenge and kind of what they're
Mhm.
looking for in a story. I put all of that and just formatted my document so it's easy for me to refer to. So that's all like at the top of the page. And then I also got 283 words.
Nice.
So
And so do
well
you
on my
have a
way.
plan? Do you have an idea of where this is going? Or
Yes,
are you okay?
I do, and I'm having fun with it. Um, yeah, I can say this because I can say this. This is all on the prompt page. So if you're doing the challenge as well, the theme is work and play.
Yeah.
So kind of contrasting. Um, so yeah, getting into that. I do like my story so far. Um,
It's nice when you can like it. I have to admit, writing this story, if I don't win the writing battle thing, this might be the first story that I do the share the real stories with and stuff. Which
yeah.
actually I wonder about doing that because I also have that publication idea where I have our first drafts with like comments in it and then the final draft of the story um as a kind of a combination of like an anthology but also a uh nonfiction subject book, like
Mhm.
kind of dipping its toes in both. So I don't know.
Oh, that could
And
be
I don't
fun.
know if I
Like
don't
have
know if yeah,
the
like
markup
one
on one side and then the finished. Yeah, but
exactly.
the markup would be like a picture almost too, though.
Yes, it would
Oh,
be.
that I like that idea.
But I don't know if reading these stories on reels would be like would make the book almost a republication of the work.
Mm,
So little things to consider. Either way.
yeah, that's a thought.
But yay, progress. Yeah. So luckily I already shared um the story with you and I edited in Google Docs with it. So whenever you're ready, you
Oh,
can.
yeah, I'll share mine with you right now.
And then when you text me, hey, it's ready, I'll jump in.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Do you wanna do another sprint, or do you wanna call it for today?
Uh, we need to call it because I haven't eaten anything yet.
Seconded, I also should eat food.
Yeah.
It's so weird that people do that, like, regularly. Can you believe it?
What? Skip meals?
Eat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Because I was like, I skip breakfast every single morning, but then I'm sometimes like at work, I'm talking myself off a food ledge at like 9:30 in the morning, and I push myself to 11.
Regina's like, "People eat?"
Yeah.
I know, I was shocked to learn it too. They also drink water, which that one blew my mind.
Yeah. It was during our first sprint, I think, that I ran off and grabbed this, or it might have been the second one. But I was like, I need more water.
I did finish bubbly mango bubbly water this morning, so I feel like that
There you
that
go.
counts.
I think that was my third swallow of water today.
I thought you were gonna say third cup, and I'm like, geez, I need to go get a cup, and that makes
No.
me feel better.
This thing was filled up to here last night, and I think I drank it down to here, and then now it's here. So,
I should
and I try to
I
have a
also need
rule
better.
that I drink one of these before I go into my soda stash.
That's fair. That's a good plan.
Either way. So now I get to go edit some stories, and either as a break finish watching season 3 of The Boys, because I finally started that, or try to watch it while I'm reading, which is actually really difficult.
I could see that being difficult.
So
I will, yeah, I'm gonna get some food, take a break. I've got a couple projects I'm working on around the house. So I need to do a little bit on that. And then I may run out and get breakfast while I'm out because I'm gonna get a plant to go in my room.
honey, it's 12:30 there. It's not breakfast anymore. Though I will make the argument that I think breakfast should be an all-day meal. Like,
Breakfast just means you are
it can take
breaking your fast, so it's the first meal of the
True.
day, regardless of
whatever
when
the
you
first
eat
meal
it.
of the day is.
Yeah. So when people are like, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, I know because I eat breakfast every day, different times.
Technically, so do I. I mean, because
Yeah.
I'll eat it at like 11.
By
Though it
that,
sucks. I have a snack bar at work or whatever, and they have honey buns, and that's usually my go-to for $1.25. And I can't use the argument of, oh, I don't have cash, because they have here's our QR code for Cash App.
that is so rude. Like, how dare you
Yeah.
encourage me?
I know, like I'm breaking all the nonsensical rules that I've set for myself so that I can complain about not for having the rules on myself. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. It do be like that.
All right. So
All right.
we will be on my channel next month, June. I think we're actually good for the Sunday of the month. God, words.
Let me verify, and we will post our schedule on Instagram again.
Yeah, hopefully, with it coming up, we might actually be able to post for like the next 3 months, at least.
That's been our goal, is to post the schedule for the
months
next
out.
3 months out. So
Yeah.
we'll get that up for y'all.
I will say
And-
it's probably going to stay on Sundays just because Chandra's off work then. It's the weekend. So we'll continue that.
That's
All right.
easier. And then at 10, Natalie doesn't have to get up at the crack of dawn,
Yeah.
which is neither of our speed.
Starting, because we used to start at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for me, that'd be 7, which, I mean, yes, the sun's been up already, but no.
But to be up and then peopling at that hour is inappropriate.
And as someone who doesn't do coffee or anything, like my vice is soda when it comes to caffeine. Yeah, it's being naturally peppy is a difficult task. Hell, even not in the morning.
Yeah.
So it works, but okay. Thank you everybody for coming. Hopefully
Thank
you
you.
enjoyed this, and we'll let you know pay attention on Instagram on our how these stories went, because trust me, if I do anything good, I'll announce it. If you don't hear anything, that speaks for itself.
Don't forget to pre-order 1,000 Words to Get Started, and register your pre-order on Inimitable Books, so you can get the extra word sheet, because they are fun and some of the best words. Great words.
And as announced on Inimitable Books stream yesterday for their 2-year anniversary, we did finally officially announce sort of that, which is kind of funny, because Sarah was making a comment of all the authors she's acquired. There's no standalone book. Everything's a series, and she's like, and that includes the nonfiction. I'm like, oh yeah, it does. Because technically we have a series. So now you know that there's more flash fiction books to come in the future, and Chandra and I are really excited about it. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah, it's great. And I will say that the experience for each prompt book will be unique. It won't feel like just new prompts. No, it's gonna be special. So that's all I can say about it. Before if I speak more, I'll just be like, oh, it is this.
Yeah. So
So
we look forward to it. Don't forget to do your pre-order. With that, we'll see you next month. We'll post our schedule. So follow us on Instagram to stay up to date. And
Writerlock and C Chan Write.
Yep. We'll see you later.
Bye, dears.